All right, 3 husband tips for marriage. I wanted to share something specific for my brothers today. Shout out to Auntie B. I saw that show she did earlier on today about the UK men. They're struggling in their relationship. Why? Because Oberyn is showing them shiggy.
Obìnrin.
All right. Easy. Women are special. Okay. So if you don't know what you're doing, it makes absolute sense to me that you don't collect.
Sorry, yo.
It makes sense to me personally. Okay. But here's the thing, there's hope. There's absolutely hope, and we can do something about that. And but here's the other side of this equation. Most people will never do anything about it. Instead, they will point fingers. Okay. They will point fingers at the obvious. For example, the woman, or they will point fingers at all UK women, right? See, all these women, leave them. Shout out to Uncle Olakidola. I'm sure he's listening behind the scenes. All the women in UK, everybody, all of them, don't marry them. Oh. If you marry them, you could just end up on Man of Prestige collecting 3 husband tips. But anyway, these tips that I want to share is for everybody, okay? Husband. So, ladies, feel free to share this with your brothers, okay? A few days ago, we celebrated International Men's Day, okay? And there was an actually interesting comment. Let me see if that was Priscilla. Somebody left a very interesting comment. It was Priscilla. Priscilla is here. Priscilla said, "Our men are important, and they need hear this regularly. Thanks so much." Thank you so much, Priscilla. Thank you so much. Thank you. But here's the thing: our brothers need to hear that. Okay, particularly inside of relationship. If you have a man who is good enough for you to keep coming back home to, listen to what I just said carefully. I didn't say he's perfect, though. Okay, it's good enough for you to keep coming back home to. As in, like, you haven't made up your mind. Whatever is going on, you haven't made up your mind. Somehow, he's still good enough. Maybe he's good enough a father. Maybe he fixes your tires. Maybe whatever. Make sure you appreciate that. Because if you don't appreciate that, or if you have struggle appreciating that, it's no wonder you're not getting more. Yoruba people say, "Anybody do pe ori ano, ari mi gba." That's true across the board. So if you find one little angle where you can practice gratitude, our number one system in our coaching program is called the GPS system, which means GPS, God, purpose, self. You can replace God with gratitude, right? Leading with gratitude is a lot of work because most of us will rather complain. Let me just be honest with you. Most of us, including men or women, it's easier for us to complain and criticize and condemn. It's just easy. We do it effortlessly. Okay, so you want to rise to the top 3% of human beings, right? Practice pushing against yourself a little bit. Like, hey, I know my experience is a little rough, but let me find angle. Let me find a small. Okay, let's start with why am I still here? Because that's something that's valuable there. There's something of value, small, tintiny. It's there, and I'm still here. What is that thing? It's going to take everything in you to find out what that is, right? And that's how you do it. And guess who that first tip will go to? Gentlemen, you, husband tips. Husband tips, that's your first tip. I know you can't wait to tell me everything that's wrong with your wife. I know. And I know it's difficult, especially if she kicked you out of the house. That's crazy. Ola, are you kidding me? I got kicked out of the house. You're asking me to appreciate. Your own story is a little special. That's different, okay? I know you got kicked out of the house, so it is what it is. I understand that your own case is special, but if you are still inside of the house, if you're still inside of the house and you're complaining, you're criticizing, you're condemning, but no, you're just holding her accountable. You don't mean to do that. You're just, so what is wrong with just saying what is wrong, calling a spade a spade? I know you haven't listened to one thing I said, okay, in the last 4 minutes. Listen to me carefully. You're not wrong. Your experience is your experience. If she did something, she did what she did, and it's bad, and she should be called to order. What I'm saying is that you're still there, right? For a reason. one reason or the other, and you need to communicate what she did wrong. I think it will be better received if you actually find out something that she authentically has been doing or being, either doing, being, that made you keep coming back home. Take the time to find out what that is. It's an exercise. But guess what? People that do, remember I was talking about doing the work. People that do the work, they get the reward. Because reward, work, they come together, right? I don't want to do work. Well, that also comes with its own consequences. Shout out to Uncle Beno, the consequentialist. Right? It also comes with, it's just what it is. But you're just lucky. No matter what you do, some people are just evil. You see, you married an evil person. I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about those that married regular persons. Those people that are married regular persons, those people that end up in divorce court, all those good people, if they heard this, maybe something could have changed. Those are the people I'm talking to. The rest of you, go and find a therapist. Okay? Because I don't do therapy here. Okay? We coach, we counsel, we don't do therapy. Okay? All right. So now, with that being said, the 3 tips that I really want to share with you. The first one is you need to focus on what you fell in love with in your wife, no matter how small it seems. Now, in this moment, it's going to be the worst moment. You're reluctant. You don't want to hear it. What did she do? Is she the only wife? Yeah, that's how you are approaching things, right? She's doing what women are supposed to do. Well, that's your tip number 1. That thing that she's doing, that she's supposed to do, spend some time on it and tell her how much you appreciate it. Okay? It might be hard for you to do that if you don't imagine what it would look like if you don't have whatever that small thing is. Just imagine it for a second. What would it look like? What else could be falling apart in your life if you don't have that one thing there? Okay? Now, this is something that you don't have to do every day. That's not what I'm asking for. In fact, if you do it every day, it might even get watered down. Okay? But every now and then, show kilo belgi, small, every now and then, every other random 2 or 3 weeks, just say thank you. Just say thank you. Ladies, you can borrow this if you want to use it for your husband. Okay? It works just as good. The second thing that the second tip that I want to share with you as a husband, you see, the reason why this is very important for me to remind you today is, complacency is inevitable in marriages. We're all guilty of it. Okay, there's no how perfect you are. In fact, the more perfect you are, the worse you are. Okay, when it comes to this stuff, the more perfect you are, the higher the chances you will be complacent, because you have pride. You don't see that you could ever be wrong. So, like, you're a perfect guy. You went through all the premarital counseling, all that kind of stuff. So, what am I saying? I'm preaching to the choir. See, that's how you're going to get in trouble, because this kind of stuff will come from a blind spot. All right. So, number 2, shout out to Chidima. Welcome, Chidima. Number 2, focus on giving into your relationship, not give and take. A lot of people fail with this. Not give and take. Give or take is how you shoot yourself on the legs, especially you gentlemen. Okay? If you know how sowing seeds and harvesting works, your focus in sowing seasons is not harvesting. It's not, we sow to harvest. No, we already know that. Why are you focused on that? Just focus on sowing and nurturing what you sow and protecting it. Focus on that so that you can harvest multiple times over, multiple folds in due season. Okay, this stuff is in your Bible. I don't know why you don't pay attention to it. In one shape, in one angle, you want to pay attention to the Bible, but in the other side, you don't want to pay attention to the Bible. This is an opportunity. You focus on giving. You go into a relationship to give, not give and take. Okay, that's social media talk. You don't go into a relationship to give and take. Okay, that's the end result. You're focused on the end result, but you're not focused on what you need to do in this season, especially when you have the yearn, you have the urge to complain, to criticize and condemn. You have that urge in you, because there are real reasons. So don't get me wrong. There are real reasons why you feel like you need to complain and condemn. You can't stand her right now. She's annoying. and you couldn't tell her. That's even making more annoying, because who's telling their wife you're annoying? But you're catching feelings, you're caught up in your emotions, you're hanging around in one corner here and there. Okay, it takes a couple of hours. Go and drink water, take shower, right? Do what you have to do to calm down first, but come back to it. Come back to it and appreciate her. Number one. Number two, look for an opportunity to give. Look for an opportunity to give. The opportunities are there. You just have to look for it. What do you mean? Why do I have to look for it? Because I remember work. You want your marriage to work, you have to work. You remember that? Exactly. Same thing. Now, tip number three that I want to share with you. By the way, ladies, take this to your brothers. They're going to need it. Marriages are falling apart left and right. Some of them are dead 7 years before they actually end up dead in real life. Some of those people can actually still revive situation if you share this stuff with them. All right. Number three, you cannot give what you don't have. Give to self first. Gentlemen, go and watch that video I did about International Men's Day. Take care of your health. Take care of yourself. Buy yourself some. Stop asking women to buy you a gift on Happy Father's Day. You're going to get your socks, and that's just what it's going to be. Your socks, your boxers. Sorry, that's just the culture. Okay. But in terms of for yourself, you're responsible for doing that for you. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And that's what I want to leave you with here right now. There's about there's an additional 5 tips that we can give to husbands out there. Okay. And like I said, only intelligent people come here. I want you to join the conversation, add your own tip into the chat, into the comment section as you're finishing this segment. With that being said, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. And I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.